Welcome to another episode of New Wave Media. I'm your host, the protagonist. I'm here with Mr. Daniel Irapo, and we're here to bring you live broadcasts and trending topics from the capital. Today, we're going to speak on politics. We're going to speak on the commotion that's happening in the Senate. What's your take on it all?
Natasha, what's your dragon? Yeah, I think what we've been seeing lately is just a manifestation of the state we are in as a country. Feel like women's voice should be more heard. If she has a complaint or she feels she has been sexually harassed, she's meant to be heard and given the appropriate treatment. But in as much as we can't conclude that there was anything going on between her and the president of the Senate, I feel um it should just be squashed, and that's what has been done.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, not my take too. I believe so too, Yeah, men approach women and men approach women. It's a common thing. It's not something that we're new.
But is the
But
marriage woman?
but
Yeah.
if a woman does not agree, I think it ends there. If there's any further distinction or there's no further thing, we should take it
Yeah.
to the courtroom. We can't sit here and traumatize a man for attempting. It's against the law and he shouldn't. As a man with moral,
Yeah.
but as a man, yes, we are still human beings. Don't get it twisted. So she has taken it into law, and there's a Senate committee on that handles problems between senators in a
Yeah.
private manner that doesn't make it a
Ethics.
national broadcast. So when Natasha went to the internet to broadcast her side of the story and giving us stories on what her and her husband spoke about in the other room, we are faced with a question: can you handle the pressure and can you perform under pressure, or will your emotions get the better of you? Many don't see it that way, but
It is what it is.
it is what it is, man. Sticky one. Okay, so there's another topic that's been mind-boggling, and that's prostitution, and people
Nigeria.
in Nigeria as a whole.
Mm.
And people really look at it in a very bad way. In US, it has been monetized to the point that they have opened OnlyFans. Some people call it adult content to try and beautify it. But down on earth, it's just a woman selling her merchandise, her precious stone,
True.
like
True.
goods and services. That is, we're at a state of trauma.
True. True.
There's a major
The
issue that is happening
desperation
in the
for money
country,
and greed.
and greed and desperation for money and greed. Nigerians in nature were sort of hoarders. Not gatherers, not producers, but hoarders. When you get, you gather. You get, you gather. Your other man, your neighbor, has not eaten since day before yesterday. What you are gathering. So we have reached a point that humanity is no more recognized, and a man cannot see his fellow man and help him. It is an atrocity. Prostitution is rampant, selling our bulks. Some people sell their naked pictures. It has come to
Online.
that online. So as youths and the new wave media, you are trying to reduce that sort of deficit that has clouded the mind of our young ladies that are so eager to have money, and they take money over a settlement of marriage, a commitment of life between a man and a woman, one of the
Their
most
dignity.
beautiful, their dignity. You can stand on the street and sell it like you're selling an orange, man. And
True.
it's a sad topic. And I don't want it to be something that will be put into, because Nigeria, we have a very good community. We look down on things of atrocity and are not morally good,
Yes.
because Nigeria has a strong moral background.
Mm.
Children are groomed to not be bad kids, but here we are today.
Well, like this, you see, all the girls of our youth now that are into this prostitution, selling their merchandise, selling themselves cheap for
For pennies on the
for
dollar
pennies and our politicians are taking advantage of it.
of it. You know, it all boils down to the economy. You know, there's a desperation for money in Nigeria to the point that people have reached the point that they have reached the spiritual side to be
Wow.
going into the bush to meet a native doctor for a transaction. People are buying soap that involves many sort of elements into it. There's prostitution, women standing naked on the street selling their merchandise. It is, well, it's a sad time, but it's a good time to be alive. You know, I believe our President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is going to sweep up many things. Abuja as a capital, Ulster and Abuja, we know that beggars are rampant. Beggars are all over, stealing things. Some are not even beggars. You know, just so
Yeah.
you can't come to a country's capital and you're seeing this sort of things, and foreign investors cannot invest because they are seeing this is a factor. What if this man comes to boggle my factory if I open it in Nigeria? What if my production goes low because this guy is a thief? And you know,
Yeah.
so it discourages, and
But yeah. But like going forward, what do you think are opportunities that can be created for
these
people, yeah, people with let's just say less privileged or
okay, less privilege. You know,
uh,
many opportunities are there. It's the hungry man that will get it. Born poor is not a choice, but living and dying poor is a choice, an intentional choice. We have seen men come from abstract poverty. This is not something that is a new story. Nobody has seen it. It's only one man that is giving the stories from the 90s. No, broad daylight, we have seen it. If you believe in it and you have a dream, you should pursue it.
wow.
But the opportunities that can be given to them is that insecurity is rampant in the country, where we need more security forces, as far as I'm concerned. The border between Kaduna and Nasarawa State, the border between Kaduna and Jos, the forest, those that know the road, Zamfara, you know, there are so many states that have those issues. You can recruit those boys, put them into a tactical unit that chases those terrorists, reduce the insecurities in places that are feeling most of the pressure.
Wow.
You know, there are so many ways. We have so many problems that we need more hands as a country
To
to to
get it moving,
to get it moving. You know,
progress.
one thing I like with Mr. Peter Obi, the presidential aspirant and candidate
Labour
of the
Party
Labour Party, is that he said we need to go from consumption to production.
production.
We have been consuming a lot. Oil has spoiled the eye of the common Nigerian man to the point that Niger Delta, the likes of Asaidu Kubo, no disrespect to him in any way, the likes of him have been created, and they have created a thug and a militant unit in form of a system that controls a certain oil refineries in the Niger Delta tactically. There are so many bad effects that have come of this, but I believe in this government to a certain fold. You know, and that consumption that we're still in was that, you see, one thing that Buhari really outshined many presidents. That's General Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR. No,
Yeah,
no
of the
disrespect to
armed
him,
forces,
of the Grand
Grand
Commander of
Commander.
of the Federal Republic. He said that we should leave oil and concentrate on agriculture. Everybody said, ah, no, all of us can be
And that's
farmers.
very true because I heard California have one of the best economies in US. They focus mainly on agriculture and entertainment.
Agriculture and entertainment,
It can even take care of over 10 states in America comfortably.
comfortably. See, that's a very good point. LA, Houston, Texas has oil in America, but LA has been a hub because it has been turned into a tourism site.
Wow.
There are eyes on it. You know, Rodeo Drive, the Hidden Hills. You go to some places and you see some views and you see the caliber of people that live there. It's inviting. Foreign investors want to come to that place. But if you have a place as rowdy, maybe let's say as Maraba, no disrespect to Maraba, those who know the place anyway, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
it's it's not
It's
inviting.
lawless.
It's lawless. Anybody can just do anything. You can just see a man
Piss on
turn
the road.
around, just pull his trousers and take a piss in the middle of the street. What are we? Is this a jungle? A man who steals something, they'll burn him alive. You
Oh,
stole
so
something of
barbaric.
50, even if you stole something of 2 million naira, there's no reason you're burning him.
Burning
We're
him
not
alive.
animals. We have surpassed that
So
level.
I want to dive into, do you think when we're under the military rule we had better shape and we had a better destination at hand with the democracy compared to democratic government?
You know, in I do give
Because
all
we had like when Idiabo and Buhari was there, the war against discipline, Nigerians stood on queue. So it's something we can actually do, but we just refuse to do.
to
They
do.
don't throw things anyhow. They were strict on policies and they used the
I
iron
remember that
fist
part of the history.
to shape in Nigeria and
Shaping. That was a very good one.
so it's something we can actually do, but we just refuse to do
We
it
just
all.
refuse to do it. Nigerians are very in nature we're stubborn. Maybe many people may take offense, but they know it in their hearts. We are very stubborn people. There are sheep and there are goats. Sheep, you can get them in a crowd and one person will control them. Goats, you have to be chasing them with a rope. And we are goats in nature. So we
That's
have
true.
reached a sense that we cannot no, we can no longer be in a democratic system of government because we have to be fully controlled from the top, and that top has to be transparent. If that top can lead us well and transparent enough,
Yeah.
choose one leader and leave him for 20 years. As Buhari, you
Because they
understand?
keep coming, then they'll stop at some
And
point, then
point, then
another one start
another one
from
come
beginning.
with a fresh
It's
plan.
just like a coach that you keep on sacking your code like Chelsea, then they have to start the project
How do you grow?
all again.
How do you grow? How do you grow with changing? This guy comes for 4 years, leaves. This guy comes for 6, leaves. This guy come. How can the plan grow, sir? I need a man to come for me for 24 years and sit on the presidential seat. Everybody should. Any other thing they are changing is district head, maybe a prime minister, depending on the system of government we choose. Just one person.
Oh.
Give us a long-term
So this
plan.
is something like what the Senate is meant to be looking at instead of fighting with Natasha Akpoti Dragon
You know,
and things that are not really relevant to
you know,
the benefits of all
of
Nigerians.
all Nigerians, I respect Godswill Akpabio and I respect Natasha as a whole, but my view on that topic is that you you can't accuse somebody without no legal backing. Yes, I sympathize.